Today on the channel, we're counting down my personal top 5 favorite NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles of 2022.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Best of 2022 countdown list. And today on the channel, we're counting down my top 5 favorite NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. Now that covers a lot of ground, as you guys know. We're talking cartoon turtles, we're talking movie turtles, Mirage, Archie turtles, and we're even talking about the Universal Monster figure crossover turtles. So everything that NECA made in the Turtles landscape, that's what is included in this countdown here. And I'm going to count down the best 5 that I have. We're going to start at number 5, go all the way to number 1, number 1 being the best figure of the year. And the Turtles have been an interesting year for sure. Of course, the Super 7 Turtles, the Ultimate Editions, are another big turtle line that a lot of people collect, myself included. But at this point, I'm basically a mint in box completionist on that set, as I haven't been unboxing those. And I will get around to it one of these days. I just got to find the time. Who knows what we'll do. We'll get it done eventually. But I didn't feel it was fair to rate those figures, as I haven't put them through their paces outside of the packaging yet. So I don't have a Super 7 countdown list for this year. Hopefully 2023 I'll get back into order. I'll get all those old ones unboxed. We'll get up to speed with the 2023 Super 7 Turtles. So I guess stay tuned to that in 2023. Make sure you do subscribe to this very channel. But of course, we're going to count this list down, and as I always say, this is my list. Put your list in the comments down below. Start at number 5, work your way to number 1. Putting them in order is the hard part. That is the challenge, but it is also the fun part there. So without further ado, let's count down the top 5 NECA Turtles of 2022. All right, we begin the countdown at number 5. And number 5 comes from NECA, of course, but it comes from the Archie comic book figure line. So the Archie comics, a different comic than, of course, the Mirage ones. I gotta be honest, I never read them. I did see them, though, but I really am enjoying some of the pictures and glamour shots and things like that we're seeing from this line. In 2023, we're gonna get a lot more from this line, as I think a lot of you guys do know. But who comes in at number 5? Well, it's no stranger to the NECA Turtle lines. It is Slash. Now, we've had him in the cartoon line before. We've had him in the video game line. Now we get him in the Archie Comics line. And I love this big chunk of plastic here. Of course, he shares some stuff with Toka from the cartoon line. They're going to borrow with kindness between those, as we do know. But I think this is the best Slash we have received so far. Once again, I got to unbox the Super 7 one. I guess I can run that back when that time does come. Heck, we'll do a top 5 Slash countdown on the channel one of these days, maybe. Who knows? But I absolutely do love this one. He looks like a turtle on steroids. He looks mean. He looks big. He looks bad. He looks really, really good, this one right here. And Slash, never a top character for me, but I can't deny how cool this one looks on the shelf. It definitely is one of those eye-catcher ones, and I think it really is the head on this one. It catches your eye because you think it's a turtle at first, and then he just looks so bad, so mean. Looks almost like a snapping turtle, some might say. But very, very cool. From the Archie comics, it is Slash coming in at number 5. All right, we're at the number 4 spot in our top 5 turtle countdown for 2022. And number 4, we go to the cartoon turtle line. That is my bread and butter. That is my introduction to the turtles. And I would say most of my knowledge from the turtles does come from the cartoon series for sure. It was always my favorite. But this one is actually a very deep cut in the cartoon landscape, where he is a bit more of a major character in the movie landscape. And who are we talking about? We're talking about Rizar. Of course, Toka and Rizar, we know them more from The Secret of the Ooze than we do from the cartoon, but they had a brief cameo in an episode or 2 of the cartoons. Not a lot of character development for them, but there's something about a hairy bipedal creature that you guys know always gets me going, and that's what we got here. He looks like a big old werewolf. Got his fish here as a little snack. You got the mouth that moves, that's articulated. Like I said, a hairy bipedal creature that looks like a werewolf. You know this is playing all the hits for me. I absolutely love the looks of this one, and this is another one of those ones that is an eye catcher. I always catch myself when I look at my turtle collection, always gravitating towards him. Just a very, very cool looking figure. Absolutely do like this one, and I think you can still get him at some targets if you look around hard enough. So he's not really setting the world on fire like his brother over in the movie edition, which is one of the best turtle figures of all time, no doubt in my mind. But this one's pretty good too. That's why he comes in at number 4 in my top 5 list. All right, we're at the halfway point of the countdown. We're at the number 3 spot. You got your list together? Make sure you put it in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to this very YouTube channel. As you guys know, we got countdown videos every single Thursday, and we're in best of mode, so we got a lot of them to finish out the year of 2022. But number 3 is an interesting one. It goes to the crossover landscape, and you cross over one of my least favorite Universal monsters to my very favorite turtle. Well, you put them together, and I guess you meet somewhere in the middle. But you get a little bit of magic with this one. So much magic, it drives its way to number 3, and we're talking about Mummy Michelangelo, an interesting one here. Of course, this was not the first Universal Monster one, as we did get Raphael before, but a very, very good looking figure, and this one really was brought over the edge, and what really made it for me on this one was the old school. If you guys have seen on the internet, of course, for years, they've had kind of the decaying turtle head. I believe it was Leonardo or Donatello. It wasn't Michelangelo, but it was a decaying type head. The styrofoam was kind of wearing away, of course, over the years, and they put that on this Mummy Michelangelo, which was very fitting. It looked really good. Just a very cool figure. Of course, it is the Mummy version. Say what you want about the Mummy. You know, the Universal Monster movie, a little bit dated, a little bit too slow for me, even when I was a little kid. But something about this Michelangelo with that extra head, the cool nunchucks with the onks or whatever they're called there, the wrappings, the green turtleness to it. Just a very good looking one, a very cool one, and a bit underrated, I will say here. So coming in number 3 for me, the Universal Monsters Turtle Crossover Mummy Michelangelo. All right, we're getting dangerously near the end of the countdown here. We're at the number 2 position, and the number 2 figure goes to probably my favorite character that is not a turtle in the cartoon universe of the Ninja Turtles, and I guess we'll just say the whole Ninja Turtle universe. And who are we talking about? Who is that hero? And we're talking about good old Casey Jones. And Casey Jones, no stranger to turtle toy lines, no stranger to toy lines this year, as we did get some movie versions of Casey Jones as well in 2022, and as well as a Super 7 version, as we do know. But this Mirage one is very cool because it does have feelers of the cartoon. It does feel a little bit like the cartoon, but it's a heck of a lot more gritty and a little bit more dirty is how it feels here. This guy looks like he's ready to fight the back alley streets, take on some foot soldiers, take on whoever he needs to. Got all the iconic weapons with him. Just a very, very good looking representation of Casey Jones here. A bit of a sleeper one, as I wasn't expecting. I mean, I thought it looked cool. I pre-ordered it. Hey, this is a cool Casey Jones, but much better in hand. I love how it feels. I love how it poses. Just a very, very good representation of Casey Jones. Once again, from the Mirage comics here. So Casey Jones coming in hot at number 2 in my top 5 list. All right, here we are at the number 1 Ninja Turtle figure of 2022 from NECA, as decided by me. Once again, make sure you put your list in the comments down below. Make sure you give this video the old Hacksaw Jim Duggan thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on those notification bells while you're at it. But here we are at the number 1 spot, and the number 1 figure was a really good figure. I wouldn't say it was great off the bat, but it's one of those ones that really grew on me, as I've had almost a year with this figure, as this was the first one released from this series. What are we talking about? Well, we're talking about old Raphael. We're talking about Universal Monsters Raphael Frankenstein crossover figure. Of course, Frankenstein, one of my favorite Universal Monsters of all time, and this was our first representation of the Universal Monster crossover, so didn't really know what to expect. But then, of course, we got April, we got the Mummy, we got the Hunchback, we got some things like that, the Bride of Frankenstein, April, I should say. We got all those, so we really built out this universe. Of course, we got Casey Jones coming. We ended up getting Splinter. I can't remember if I said that. So we've really got a lot of these characters here, so it has been a really good thing. But I always keep going back to this Raphael. Of course, Turtle's usually small. This is a big, big boy, of course, it being Frankenstein here. Just a very, very good, dominant looking one on my shelf. And of course, I display all these guys together. And this one really became my favorite one that we have received so far. And we've had a lot of good ones. But this one's just something extra special about it. And I wasn't sure what to make of it. Like I said at first, it just seemed so foreign and so different. I was just trying to wrap my head around it. And it took almost a year, but we got here, so much so, he is my number 1 NECA Turtle of 2022. So there it is. That's the top 5 NECA Turtles for 2022. Make sure you put your list in the comments down below. Make sure you check out my old Patreon channel where you can get early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, giveaways, you name it. But best of all, you do support the channel and content like this. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget to forget to hit me up on social media and follow along at SirPaul64 over there on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So a great year, 2022 for Ninja Turtles. We'll see what 2023 brings, and we'll bring it all to you here on this very YouTube channel. So for the top 5, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.